During the Uprising War, the Mreeg people discovered that the Durian corporate conglomerate is a pre-space civilization in the distant star system of Lauren, with only a few satellites in their orbit. Billions of Mreeg were abducted and relocated to other worlds to be used as forced labor for the Durian corporations. Only a few months afterwards did the Durians realize their mistake, as the natural mucus produced by the snail-like species of the Mreeg was discovered to be extremely toxic and deadly to Durians. This horrifying realization led to a mass panic and retreat from all star systems populated with the Mreeg, with the unorganized exodus leaving behind various pieces of technology and starships. Over the course of the next 7 years, the formation of the United Government was beginning to take shape as Mreeg laborers revolted and joined the fight against the corporate conglomerates, using the left-behind materials and infrastructure from their corporations and the shared technology from their new alien allies to begin construction of their own fleet. The first of these new ships was the Gleen-class gun frigate, a multi-role combat ship that was quick to produce and armed with a multitude of different types of weaponry to cover any range and situation. At a length of 350 meters and the width and height of 115 meters, the Gleen-class gun frigate took several design cues from the Soyuz-class frigate, as well as ship components from the Aeronaut Confederacy and the Hakan Sovereignty, constructing a well-balanced yet heavily armed ship at the time of its deployment. However, due to its rushed development, the craft suffered from structural instability and from an unstable nuclear reactor that would periodically produce spikes of thermal heat beyond what was expected. The latter problem was counteracted by directly linking the reactor with the heat radiators at the cost of any armor protection for the reactor itself. Because of the stringent need for more ships in a short amount of time, the Gleen-class frigate was outfitted with multiple weapon types to fill out multiple roles. First of these weapons are the 16 laser turrets arranged around the hull so as to provide the greatest amount of coverage to protect itself from torpedoes and drones. The design schematic for these turrets were freely given to the Mreeg by the Hakan Sovereignty. To deal with enemies up close are the 4 rocket turrets, either using unguided high explosive warheads to deal with heavy armor, or guided shield buster ordnance to get through the growing prevalence of hard light barriers. These were a Mreeg custom conversion of the Hakan's laser turret, with most of the internal and laser components gutted to make room for the rocket launchers from their loading system. Arguably its most powerful armament is the pair of 500mm railgun turrets, which at the time were in the prototyping stage by the Chirk-Ossold Manufacturing Company. These turrets were finalized by corporate turncoats for the Gleen class, providing the frigates with a powerful and highly accurate weapon for mid-range engagements of around 1 to 800 kilometers, with the tungsten round hitting nearly instantly within this range, but with further distances the chances for an enemy to detect and evade the incoming projectile increased. The last set of armaments are the array of torpedo launchers at the front, with 12 light, 8 medium and 2 heavy launchers, each useful at different ranges and with trade-offs of maneuverability in exchange for the potency of the warhead as they increase in size. It is the Gleen-class frigate's most versatile tool for dealing damage at long distances beyond 1,000 kilometers. The Gleen-class gun frigate was the first ship of the line for the Mreeg people, and it helped to protect and unify them into the United Mreeg Republic during the Uprising War, essentially catapulting them into a fully established spacefaring civilization. Even when outnumbered by conglomerate forces, the superior armaments of the Gleen-class frigate outclassed the corporation's Soyuz-class frigate in nearly every aspect, often making the conglomerates having to commit a much larger force to counter the Mreeg advance, leaving them open from other fronts against the Hakan Sovereignty and the Aeronaut Confederation. The frigates would have a lasting influence on Mreeg ship design, forming the foundation for both the Morco-class drone carrier and the Lazem-class laser artillery frigates at the later half of the Uprising War, as well as the ship designs of the year 255 WS as part of the Home Defense Fleet initiative, a precautionary measure against extragalactic threats from outside the Hegira galaxy. Still, even as newer and better technologies become available to the Mreeg, many Gleen-class frigates are still seen around on patrol as law enforcement craft or as gate guards on standby at the edges of Mreeg territory, ensuring that the rights and freedoms of the Mreeg people will never be taken again without a fight.
Like and subscribe for more from the archives.